stop first. This 2-0 no be ordinary scoreline. This one no silent dominance, and Sevilla felt Some matches shout. Some matches scream. But some matches, the most dangerous ones, speak softly and still break you. That was exactly the story when Real Madrid faced Sevilla. Final score, 2-0. But make no mistake. This game was never about numbers alone. This was about authority, timing, and who truly controls space when pressure arrives. Before kickoff, this match already heavy. For Real Madrid, home expectations, title pressure, and the demand to dominate, not just win. For Sevilla, pride, resistance, and the hope to frustrate one of Europe's giants. This wasn't supposed to be free football. This was supposed to be tactical, physical, mentally draining. The kind match where one mistake can decide everything. From the first whistle, the atmosphere was different. Not chaotic. Not wide. Just focused. Real Madrid fans didn't come for drama. They came expecting control. And Sevilla came knowing one thing: if you allow Madrid rhythm, you suffer. Madrid started calmly. No rush. No force. Short passes. Quick movement. Players always available. Sevilla tried to stay compact. They closed spaces. They blocked passing lanes. Early on, it worked. Madrid had the ball. But Sevilla had structure. This wasn't domination yet. This was a chess match. Sevilla came with one clear idea: survive the early storm. They sat deep. Defended narrow. Pressed only when necessary. Every clearance mattered. Every interception felt important. This wasn't fear. This was strategy. Because against Madrid, panic kills you faster than goals. Madrid didn't force things. They recycled possession. Switched play. Waited. This kind of patience is dangerous. Because when defenders lose focus, even slightly, space opens. And Madrid live for that moment. You could feel it building. As minutes passed, the match settled into tension. Sevilla defended well. Madrid controlled territory. Neither side panicked. But everyone knew, this game won't open suddenly. It will open once. One mistake. One run. One late reaction. And everything changes. Madrid started finding half spaces. Not big gaps. Just small ones. A pass between lines. A turn under pressure. A shot blocked at the last second. Sevilla survived. But the warning was clear. The door was starting to open. This didn't feel like Madrid chasing. It felt like Madrid waiting. Waiting for fatigue. Hesitation. One wrong decision. And football punishes hesitation brutally. As the first half moved forward, tension increased. Sevilla's clearances dropped shorter. Their counters slowed. Their shape stretched slightly. Madrid sensed it. Not rushed excitement. But calm awareness. The kind of awareness that usually comes before goals. By now, the match had reached a dangerous stage. Sevilla were holding on. Madrid were circling. The crowd felt it. The players felt it. This wasn't about effort anymore. This was about concentration, discipline, and who blinks first. And in games like this, the blink always comes. As the pressure kept rising, one truth became clear. Madrid were close. Sevilla were stretched. One moment was loading. One decision away. And when it finally arrived, the night would change completely. When the teams returned for the second half, nothing dramatic changed at first. Same shape. Same tension. Same careful movement. But the risk level had increased. For Real Madrid, patience had already done its job. For Sevilla, holding on was becoming heavier. Because football has a truth nobody escapes, the longer you defend, the harder it becomes. Madrid came out sharper. Not faster. But more precise. The ball moved quicker between the lines. Midfielders received on the half-turn. Wide players held with longer. This wasn't panic football. This was calculation. Madrid were testing Sevilla's concentration. Sevilla still defended with discipline, but cracks began to appear. Not big cracks. Small ones. A defender stepping out late. A midfielder tracking back slower. A line that stayed compact, now stretched just enough. At this level, just enough is dangerous. And Madrid noticed. Before the goal arrived, there was a warning. A shot blocked late. A cross just cleared. A rebound that caused confusion. The crowd rose. Then sat back. This wasn't frustration. This was anticipation. Because Madrid were no longer asking questions. They were waiting for the answer. Then it happened. One movement. One opening. One finish. No chaos. No wild celebration. Just release. At 1-0, the entire mood of the game changed instantly. Sevilla's plan, perfect for so long, was suddenly broken. And Madrid finally had what they wanted, control with a lead. This wasn't just a goal conceded. This was a reward for Madrid's patience. A punishment for Sevilla's fatigue. Sevilla had defended well. But football doesn't reward almost forever. One mistake erased all that discipline. That's the cruelty of elite football. After scoring, Madrid didn't drop deep. They didn't overattack. They did something more dangerous. They slowed the game down. Passed sideways. Pulled Sevilla out. Forced them to chase. Now the pressure had changed direction. At 1-0, Sevilla faced a painful choice. Stay compact and hope to survive. Or step out and risk conceding again. They tried to balance both. But balance is hard once belief is shaken. Because chasing a goal against a calm team is exhausting. As Sevilla pushed slightly higher, space appeared. And Madrid punished it. The second goal came not from chaos, but from clarity. At 2-0, the contest crossed the line. This was no longer a tight tactical battle. This was now Madrid's game. A 1-0 can feel fragile. A 2-0 feels decisive. At that moment, Sevilla's resistance faded. Madrid's confidence settled. The crowd knew it. The players knew it. This wasn't arrogance. This was authority. Before the goals, Sevilla believed. Madrid waited. After the goals, Madrid believed. Sevilla doubted. That emotional switch decided the night. Because once belief changes sides, football becomes cruel. With the lead secured, Madrid focused on control. No unnecessary risks. No reckless pressing. They managed. Tempo. Space. Energy. This wasn't about entertainment anymore. This was about finishing the job. The goals had settled the scoreline. But the meaning of the result was still forming. Because wins like this don't just affect one night. They affect momentum. They affect confidence. They affect the season picture. And as the game moved toward its end, attention quietly shifted. Not to what just happened, but to what this result could mean next. The score was 2-0. Madrid were calm. Sevilla were spent. But football seasons aren't decided in one match. What this win means for Real Madrid's bigger ambitions. And what this loss means for Sevilla going forward. That's where the final part of the story begins. After the final whistle, the stadium no explode. It settled. That kind quiet way comes when a job is done properly. Real Madrid didn't celebrate wildly. Sevilla didn't collapse emotionally. Both sides understood something important had just happened. This wasn't chaos football. This was controlled football. For Real Madrid, this win was more than 3 points. It showed patience under pressure, control without panic, confidence without arrogance. They didn't rush Sevilla. They waited them out. And that tells you a lot about a team's mindset. Because in title races and big seasons, the hardest games are not the loud ones. They are the quiet ones you must manage perfectly. Madrid passed that test. Not every win excites fans. But some wins build belief inside dressing rooms. This was that kind of win. Madrid showed they can control tough opponents, break disciplined teams, finish games without drama. Those qualities don't always trend online, but they decide trophies. Now comes the harder task. Not winning once, but repeating the level. After a performance like this, opponents will defend deeper. Pressure will increase. Expectations will rise. Madrid now move into the phase where every game feels like a test of maturity. And that's where seasons are won or lost. For Sevilla, this result hurts. They defended well. They stayed compact. They followed the plan. But football punished one thing, fatigue mixed with hesitation. Now Sevilla must ask themselves, how long can we defend without conceding? How do we respond after setbacks? How do we turn resistance into threat? Losses like this don't destroy seasons. But ignoring the lessons can. This game won't be remembered for goals alone. It will be remembered for how control defeated resistance, how patience beat discipline, how experience decided the night. Matches like this shape how teams are judged later in the season. People will say, remember how Madrid handled Sevilla. That's how statements work. This wasn't Madrid at full speed. And that's what makes it scary. They didn't need chaos. They didn't need brilliance every minute. They needed timing. And when a team masters timing, the rest of the league pays attention. Even after the match ended, the feeling didn't disappear. Madrid fans felt confidence, not excitement. Sevilla fans felt frustration, not embarrassment. That balance tells the real story. This was a match decided by control, not mistakes. So make I ask you straight. Do you see this Real Madrid performance as the calm strength of a team ready to go all the way, or a controlled win that still hides bigger challenges ahead? Drop your thoughts for the comments. Make we reason them together.